Welcome to my side of the internet. For those of you who I haven't met yet, my name is Mark Anthony. For those of you who are returning here, I know it has been a while. I haven't seen y'all in a minute. And today's video is really going to lend itself into why that is the case. First of all, Happy New Year. We're officially into 2024. I was just saying this to a friend. Can y'all believe we are 24 years into the 2000s? That's crazy. Anyway, let me get into today's topic. So, in the springtime and the summer, towards the tail end of the last few videos that I did, I was mostly focusing on my new in hauls. And I noticed that I would get the packages, the stuff would come in, and I would just let it sit here until it was time to record the video. And that's not really like me. Like, when I get something, I'm ready to rip it out the plastic and act brand new. Like, I really am a lover of fashion and style. So the fact that I was kind of growing disillusioned with the things that I was purchasing really was a cause for pause. I said, am I buying these things for the videos? Do I actually really want them? Like, what's going on? And let me take the rest of the summer off and not shop until I figure out exactly what's going on. So I didn't shop the month of August or September, and it actually trickled over to October and November. I didn't even get anything for Black Friday. It wasn't until last month, December, because I'm shooting this video on January 6th. That's where I went for the past few months. I wasn't shopping, and I really didn't have any other ideas for videos, and I made a commitment, because I do this as a hobby, that if I am not 100% into the video, I'm not gonna come on here and waste y'all time with it. So we are back today, and as you can tell by the title, I'm gonna share with you 5 shopping mistakes that I've learned in my 4-month hiatus of not buying anything. Mistake number 1 is shopping as a coping mechanism or a way to relieve stress. That's probably the biggest thing for me. I'm not really a compulsive shopper, but I will compulsively shop, if that makes sense. This is mostly when I'm shopping in person. I'm way more intentional when I'm shopping online. I'm intentional with like random everyday Amazon purchases. Like, I will mull over some deodorant for 3 weeks before I pull the trigger. But it's actually when I'm shopping in person that I'm just not really paying as close attention, and I find myself wasting a lot of money and time just because I want to relieve some stress. And I do that by spending money. I usually find the purchases that I get as a stress reliever are usually ones that I circulate out of my wardrobe or I regret buying at some point. So finding a new way to de-stress in 2024 is definitely going to be a major goal for mine. I just started rucking, by the way. If you don't know what that is, it's basically walking with a weighted vest. That's what rucking is. The next shopping mistake that I will be making in 2024 is something I made up called zone of weakness. And if y'all recall that girl math trend that was really popular on TikTok a couple months ago, this is very similar to that. Zone of weakness is an amount of money you're willing to spend without necessarily thinking about it. So for me, that zone of weakness is about $150. And that's usually where I get caught up in Zara, where I will get a $150 item or a series of items that equate to $150. And to me, that translates as $20. So it doesn't feel like I'm spending a lot of money. Now, where the mistake comes in is if you do that a couple times a month, that will add up to $700, $800 a month, thousands of dollars a year. Money you could probably put towards something more substantial, either in your wardrobe or somewhere else. So knowing that that $150 mark is my zone of weakness is really going to make me pay close attention when I'm buying things that are in that price point. This will also help me use my budget more effectively, because one thing about me, I will stay within my budget. Whether or not I use my clothing budget effectively all the time, probably not. Now, this year when I did my purge, is 1 extra large trash bag that's not even fully full compared to last year where it was 2.5 extra large trash bags of stuff that mostly had tags on it. I'm doing a lot better, and I have to really thank this hobby on here for that because I'm much more intentional creating content around it. But now the third mistake I won't be making in 2024, and this is probably one of the biggest ones for me, it's understanding that just because you like something doesn't mean you need to own it. This is something I go through all the time where just because I like it, I'll buy it. But it may not necessarily be for me, or it may not necessarily be something that I'm going to wear immediately. So I'm asking myself these questions. Would I put it on tomorrow? Do I have something I can immediately style it with? Is this actually your personal style, or are you being influenced some way? I mean, I'm doing so much better now, but even I've fallen to the hype of some things, and it's just, I don't need it. I don't really need it. So knowing I can like something without buying it. Now the next one is going to be understanding the difference between an upgrade and just brand new. So the past year and some change or so, I've been really putting in a lot of effort into updating certain items with better fabrics, more silhouettes, better fits, better styles. And I find myself sometimes struggling between, is this an upgrade of an item, or is this something that's completely brand new? Some of the items that I get are really just duplicates. I didn't really need any upgrades. For example, I bought this sheer shirt from Zara. This was in like one of my summer or spring hauls. I bought this sheer shirt, and I already had one that was identical. But I said, oh, well, this one is a little bit lighter weight. It's the same shirt, it's gonna get the same effect. There was really no reason for me to buy a duplicate sheer shirt. So it's just like wasting money. And it wasn't an upgrade in terms of fabric. The fits are basically the same. I just used that very flimsy excuse of it being lightweight to justify me buying something I already had. Now I will say I am a fan of multiplying your favorite things, but there needs to be a distinct difference somewhere. I do that pretty well with black suits. I have at least 7 black suits, but they're all in different fabrics, they're in different cuts. Some of them are more relaxed fit, some of them are more tailored. I have double-breasted, single-breasted, one button. A black suit is probably like my go-to power look, so having multiple versions of it where I know I'm gonna feel great and confident in it. And I actually have my eye on another black suit right now. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But make sure there is a distinct difference when you're doing an upgrade or multiplying the items that are your favorite items. Now, the last one, and I put this last because I'm actually a lot better at this than I was in the past, and that is delayed gratification. Now, I think anybody who knows me well would probably be surprised by that, because one thing I will do is save something to my Karma account. Even back when it was Shop Tagger, I would save it to that account and wait for it to go on sale. I'm pretty patient that way, but there is room for improvement. Delaying gratification is something I want to practice a little bit more this year. And I think I'm going to give myself like a 3-week period to mull over a purchase before I actually pull the trigger. That way I'm absolutely 100% sure that it's something that I want and can put into rotation relatively quickly, instead of just having it sit in here like I was doing in the spring and the summertime. Plus, I don't know if this is me getting old, but I'm feeling more and more guilty about waste. It's just like, I don't want to be wasteful. Yeah, I give the stuff to the Goodwill, but who knows what happens after that. Like, I just want to be more intentional so I'm not just wasting things in here. So that's it. That's all the shopping mistakes that I'm going to avoid in the year of our Lord 2024. If you have any shopping mistakes you want to avoid that I may have missed, because there could be some loopholes, there could be some blind spots, make sure you drop them in the comments, because I would love to know what y'all journey is right now in terms of shopping. I've noticed a lot more content about people talking about being more intentional. I've seen a lot of no-buy content. So let me know what's going on with y'all in the comments. And if you feel inclined, make sure you subscribe. I'd love to see you come back. And I will catch y'all on the next one.